Again, the best is fighting the best, and Crawford dared to be great, and this is one of the ways you do it, and you tell the world, watch. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here.
What do we just milk? What are we milking this dumb shit for? Think about how much money you could pump into boxing with great matchups.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches.
On September 13th, 2025, the boxing world held its breath. We watched Terence Crawford, a man who began his journey at lightweight, stand in the bright center of the Las Vegas ring with his hand lifted high, moments after breaking down the undisputed ruler of super middleweight, Canelo Alvarez. The crowd sat stunned. The commentators fumbled for reactions. But there was one man at ringside who felt no surprise. In truth, he had warned us this moment was coming many months before.
When can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't going to surrender and say, I slowed up, so I'm going to act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.
Bernard Hopkins, the executioner in spirit, didn't just foresee a victory. He revealed the precise path, showing how Canelo would eventually end up uncovered. While everyone else focused on divisions and raw power gaps, Hopkins sensed something deeper unfolding quietly. He recognized a silent and dangerous snare tightening that Canelo stepped straight into. Now, as rematch whispers grow even hotter, Hopkins returns with another caution now. And if his earlier forecast means anything, Canelo Alvarez could be truly making the biggest mistake of his career.
Canelo go from here, Henry.
He needs to rematch. If I'm Canelo, I want to rematch Terence Crawford. He got schooled, bro. He got outboxed dude by Terence Crawford. And I know that he's itching to get that one back. The first time he fought Triple G, he came back the second time and he legit beat Triple G.
Once in a lifetime fight. It doesn't need to be a rematch. I think Bud would do worse the next fight. He would put it on Canelo a little worse than that, because that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. But if I'm Terence Crawford, of course I'll fight him again. But this time, I'm the A side. I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident next time, knowing that I can punch with this guy. I can take his shot. I'm faster.
He fought Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He didn't do what the last two did, just run. He threw at him. I'm going to call your bluff, bro. I'm going to fight you.
To grasp why Hopkins stays so certain Crawford takes the rematch, you need to study what he revealed about the trap. Before the opening bell ever echoed in September, Hopkins insisted that Canelo was moving like checkers, while Crawford was thinking like chess. Many fans shrugged this away as simple old-school wisdom, but revisiting the fight footage, it's chilling how precise he proved. Hopkins noted that Canelo has leaned on his strength and physical aura for so long that he lost what it means to face a real technician.
Last one from me, Canelo Crawford. Obviously, Terence just rocked up there. What do you make of his chances against the man you worked with for many years?
Great chance. He have a great chance because of his heart, his talent, and also his game plan and his strategy. But Canelo is no pushover. I've watched Canelo for multiple years. Again, the best is fighting the best. And Crawford dared to be great. And this is one of the ways you do it. And you tell the world, watch, pay attention, and watch me make history. I will be one of those watching amongst millions of other people.
Crawford never tried to overpower Canelo. he simply outsmarted him. Hopkins explained how, across 12 rounds, Crawford stayed several steps ahead, slipping into openings Canelo expected to strike, only to fade before any shot could land. This wasn't avoidance. It was distance mastery at its finest. Hopkins described it as an illusion of opportunity, forcing Canelo to unleash heavy punches at a target that was never truly present right in front there.
This fight ends up going down, it's going to be a long, long night for Canelo Alvarez. Terence Bud Crawford has already figured out Canelo Alvarez. He already figured him out, he beat him down, and he learned that he can take his power, and on top of that, Canelo was hurt a couple of times by Bud Crawford. If you're Bud Crawford heading into this fight, you have not a single worry in the world. You know what you're capable of doing, you know that you can go out into that ring, and you could put a beating on Canelo Alvarez, and might I even say this, Bud Crawford has a chance of stopping Canelo Alvarez if they do the rematch.
This brings us into the deeper part of Hopkins' analysis, the quiet idea of mental erosion. We often talk about cardio and stamina in physical terms, how many miles you pushed or how many rounds you battled. But Hopkins says that what unfolded for Canelo in that ring wasn't physical fatigue. It was mental collapse. Imagine the frustration of chasing someone for 36 minutes and finding nothing but air.
There was some big news in boxing yesterday. Canelo said he wants a rematch with Crawford. What does Canelo have to do in the rematch, D-Hop?
We didn't do last time.
Which is what?
Win.
That's all. Simple as that. Crawford's very talented.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches normally wind up the same. Statistically wise, I don't see anything different.
Hopkins likened it to his own iconic battles with fighters like Roy Jones Jr. He explained that when you wind up for a power shot and miss, it empties your fuel twice as quickly as when you connect. By the 8th round, Canelo appeared heavy, slower, and unsure. Hopkins insists that wasn't aging. That was the moment he realized he couldn't crack the code. And in a rematch, that kind of mental wound doesn't suddenly fade. It sinks even deeper.
And listen, I mad respect for Canelo. It always will.
You always have been. You've been very
listen, it always will be. But Crawford has an opportunity to continue to keep sticking it to the people that didn't.
World champion,
whether it was
pride of Broward County, Florida,
politics over here, politics over there, we get a chance to show what we, or the boxing fans in the world, almost came that close to not seeing that talent as he continued to keep telling everyone that he wanted to fight the best years ago. Go all the way back to top rank, all the way up to here.
Well, he did it.
You agree or disagree?
I agree.
He got a chance to show.
He got a chance and he proved himself. That's in life, we just want the opportunity.
After the decision was announced, Hopkins delivered a statement that instantly exploded online. He didn't just label Crawford the greatest fighter of the era, he placed him beside Michael Jordan. It's a bold comparison, but the reasoning stands. Hopkins explained that Jordan ruled not only through athletic gifts, but because his basics were so sharp, they worked against anyone, anywhere, at any moment. At 38 years old, Crawford should have been the slower man. He should have been the vulnerable fighter climbing 2 weight divisions. Instead, he appeared fresher than the younger Canelo. Hopkins credits this to pure efficiency. Just like Jordan in his later seasons, Crawford refuses to waste energy on empty motions. Every step carries intention. You can train your body to hit harder, but you can't train your instincts to surpass Michael Jordan in a single night.
You know, to Sergio's point, a lot of the people that I'm been talking to when it comes to this fight, they're not like, it's almost like the air was taken out of them. They're not excited about even the idea of a rematch, or the subject doesn't even come up. Usually the conversations are, hey man, is there a rematch clause? You think they'll run it back? What do you think will win? Like, people just, even casuals, realize that Crawford, he schooled Canelo, man. He really did. I don't think people want to see this fight. I agree with Sergio Mora.
Be at a smaller arena because people already saw Canelo get dominated by the better fighter, and the better fighter will do it again, even easier and with more confidence.
Now the world is calling for Canelo versus Crawford 2. It makes financial sense, and Canelo's pride is pushing him to run it back. But Hopkins believes this becomes a trap, maybe an even more dangerous one than the first fight. According to the legend, the first fight peeled away Canelo's aura of invincibility. Now that Crawford understands exactly how Canelo reacts to his feints and movement, the second fight could turn even more one-sided.
You hold on. You keep saying this.
Hold up. Canelo, see, this is a thing about Canelo. He sometimes relies on the environment, the hostile crowd, to also help him win this fight. Not only with the judges, but with the opponent. Crawford even handled that. You know, you can't prepare for that magnitude, the roar of the crowd, the lights, everyone booing you. You can't prepare for that. Crawford was ready for that. Even his ring entrance, when he came in with that guitar case, it was, man, that's one of my all-time favorite entrances.
Desperado, yeah, it's an homage to Desperado. Yeah.
Actually, it was Mariachi. That was part one. Desperado was part two. That right there, it was me against the world. That was his mentality. Me against all these Mexicans. Me against Canelo in Las Vegas. Me against Canelo and the judges that he probably has in his pocket. Me against everyone, and Bud shut everyone up. And you think?
Yeah, but hold on.
Canelo's going to be able to do it the second time around?
I don't know. I don't think it's an open and shut case as you do. Let me.
Hopkins cautions that Canelo falters when forced to adapt mid-fight against true technicians. We witnessed it against Bivol, and we saw it once more with Crawford. Insanity, as they say, is repeating the same actions and hoping for a different outcome. Hopkins insists that unless Canelo can fully reinvent his style in his mid-30s, a feat nearly unheard of in boxing, he's stepping straight into a massacre. The size advantage didn't protect him the first time, and it won't protect him the second.
Okay, who's the best boxer in the world right now?
I'd have to say Crawford.
Canelo said yesterday he's working on the rematch.
Why would he do that?
For money? For fame? To get his shot back?
No,
for his pride. He wants his back.
Okay, he can try. Unless he changes his complete style, it's not going to happen.
So you have Crawford in the rematch?
Crawford in the rematch. Corner, when the fighters are even, it goes to the corner. So the best fighter, I think, heavyweight, Michael Hunter. Crawford would be right behind him.
The aftermath of this fight has proven many analysts right, the ones who were dismissed as haters before the bout. Take Paulie Malignaggi, for example. For years, he's been insisting that skill wins the day, and that Canelo thrived on selective matchmaking. After September 13th, Paulie's breakdown of the tactical chess game reads like pure prophecy.
Canelo Crawford rematch.
Canelo Crawford rematch.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Why?
It wasn't a good fight. The first time I told you he was going to get dominated. The first time he got dominated, and there's no reason for a rematch. What are we just milk? What are we milking this dumb shit for? Think about how much money you could pump into boxing with great matchups if you took the money from a Canelo Crawford rematch and the money from Jake Paul and AJ, combine it together. You could fund boxing super fights for like 5 years. You could fund, you really could. Think about the matchups you could make with that kind of money. You could just fund all kinds of crazy, great matchups. And the fighters would all fight each other because there'd be enough money. And you wouldn't have to pay anybody $90 million. Think about that. No, instead we're going to make one useless fight, another useless fight. I don't know, man.
Even Eric Kelly, famous for his ruthless, no-filter takes, has joined this chorus. Kelly, who normally tears everyone apart, analyzed the fight by spotlighting Crawford's relentless, dog-like mentality, especially as the fighters who actually stepped into the ring are all telling the same story. It's a moment where you just have to listen.
What do you think about Canelo Crawford rematch? Any different? Same result? What do you think?
Same result. But they both don't fix it. You know why I stand on.
No, you got Crawford, I know.
I got Bud. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But they both don't fix it. Canelo hasn't really shown you his ability to make adjustments over the years. Crawford is showing you difference. Crawford is a killer. When it's time to go get you, he's gonna get you. Crawford is a smooth boxer, lateral movement, stand there, be slick. He's showing you all that. Now when they come up the upper body movement, no one touches Canelo in that.
Okay.
He's the best.
They're showing us that the days of leaning on weight advantages and hydration clauses are gone. The era of pure skill has returned, and Crawford sits at the very top. If you want more proof that Hopkins notices what the rest of us miss, consider his latest prediction. While everyone is fixated on the heavyweights and the fallout from Canelo, Hopkins has shifted focus to Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. Despite the drama between Golden Boy and Ryan, Hopkins confidently stated that Ryan Garcia will knock out Barrios, pointing to Ryan's lightning left hook and speed as the game-changing edge.
Garcia fighting for the WBC 147 title against Mario Barrios. What do you think?
A good fight to test both guys, especially Ryan, on what they're going to do next after this fight. Ryan by knockout.
Ryan by knockout, that's big. Now,
Ryan by knockout.
That's a big prediction.
Ryan,
But you know him.
Ryan by knockout.
Coming from a man who usually insists fighters prove themselves first, this is massive praise. Hopkins is riding a hot streak with his calls. He predicted the Crawford upset with an 85% probability. And now he's doubling down on Ryan. If he's right once more, we might need to stop calling them predictions and start calling them spoilers. History will remember September 13th, 2025, as the night Terence Crawford achieved the impossible. But for Bernard Hopkins, it was just another Tuesday. He warned us that skill would outmatch size. He warned us that mental fatigue would crumble the bigger man. And he warned us that Crawford is the Michael Jordan of this era. As we stare down the possibility of a rematch, the question isn't whether Canelo can win. It's whether he should even step back into the ring with someone who knows him so completely. Hopkins has revealed the truth. Canelo is chasing a ghost he can never catch. And if he steps in again, he could end up on the canvas, left wondering exactly where it all fell apart. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss what's coming next. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned. We'll see you in the next video.